I know how it feels. For the last week or so, I've seen 2 people that I know that have had divorce, and it feels really bad. You feel really rubbish about yourself, and you just feel like you'll never really be able to move on with your life, because you base yourself on what? On how your last relationship felt, how your last relationship went. You almost feel like that you're not worth anything, and that you'll never be able to find someone, and then you think that your future relationship, if you do have one, is going to be exactly the same as how your last one went, and it just gets to you. So I'm here to tell you and here to provide you with some solutions which I really hope and I pray will help you to be able to heal and to move on with your own life and to love yourself. So number 1, what I recommend is that have some counselling. Now, I don't believe that counselling is the be all and end all of everything. However, I do believe it's a first step. And sometimes you have a lot of thoughts running through your mind, and it's so important just channel those thoughts out there to really get them out of your system. I believe it's a first step of healing. So if you can afford it, or try and get some free counselling if you can, get the counselling, because it will really allow you to unload a lot of things that are going on in your mind and to unveil a lot of what happened in your own past, so you can make sense of it. But then once you've taken a few sessions, or however many sessions that you need, you've got to be able to realise within your deep intuition when to stop. So in that way you can really start to explore more within yourself, or what's going on, the thoughts that you have, the beliefs that you have, and then to be able to work out how to be able to grow from those feelings or those thoughts that you had and those limiting beliefs. So that's the first stage, and that is counselling. The second stage is to be able to journal your feelings. Now, journaling basically means you get pen to paper and write down how you feel, what's going on, so you can really clarify what's happened, why it's happened, and how you can really heal and move forward. And in this, you just got to write anything and everything that comes to your mind. So in that way, you can really stop being in your own head, because all that's happening is just circling around and around and around, making you more anxious, making you more worried, making you feel more mentally sick. And so it's so important to just journal those feelings. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is to forgive yourself and to forgive the person that you've divorced or broken up from. Now, you might think, why should I do that? How is that going to help me? What this person did really has hurt me. So why would I want to, forgive them? Well, firstly, forgiving themselves actually heals you, because what you end up doing is you end up beating yourself up. You end up hurting yourself, and there comes to a point where you have to forgive that person, so that way you can move on with your own life. So forgiving that person is very important, and also forgiving yourself and letting yourself off the hook and say, you know what, whatever's happened has happened. That's in my past. It doesn't define me. The best way you can do this is doing this through a prayer. When you're praying, you say, dear God, or whoever your higher power is, this person has done this, this, and this to me, and it's made me feel hurt, upset, frightened, and all this sort of stuff, and angry. Please forgive them. Allow me to have the ability to forgive her. And God, you forgive her. And please allow me to forgive myself and to forgive her. And you'll just feel this massive weight coming off of your shoulders. Once you admit the feelings that you're feeling, forgiving that person, forgiving yourself, and asking God to forgive that person, you'll feel a sigh of relief. And I highly recommend that you do. The other thing I suggest that you do is you learn to get in touch with your inner child and really start to parent yourself. Now, you might think, what does that mean? Essentially what it means is that you've got to reframe it like this, is that if you had a small child who made a mistake or anything like that, how would you speak to your child? You speak to your child in loving ways, wouldn't you? You've got to think of it like this, is that you've got another person or a thing within you, your ego, okay? And you've got to think of it like a child. So anytime it says bad things about you and all this stuff, and all the things that I'm not worthy, I'm rubbish, I'm not worth anything, I'm not valuable, I'm stupid, I'm dumb. All these sorts of labels are coming from your ego. So what you've got to do is first of all have this self-awareness of the chitter chatter that's going on there. Once you can understand or realise when this is happening, then you can start to parent yourself. So all you would say, and you've got to speak to yourself as if you're speaking to your child, and just say, calm down, whatever your words are, calm down, everything's going to be okay, you're not defined by your mistakes, whatever happens, and that doesn't define you. So just find ways of being able to parent yourself and speak to yourself. The best resource I can suggest that you Google up is Dr. Margaret Paul, and on that she talks about inner bonding. So type in Dr. Margaret Paul inner bonding and you'll find everything that you need to know about self-love. And just remember, every single day is healing. Every single day is healing, and you've got to take every day one step at a time, one day at a time, and before you know it, you'll be able to move on from that. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It may take a few months, it may even take a few years, but you have to be patient with yourself and know that you will come out on top, and that you will be happy and you will be victorious over what happened, and you'll look back and you'll say, right, whatever happened was tough and it's very uncomfortable, it's very painful, however I was able to move on from that, I was able to mature from that, I was able to be spiritually more connected to God, or whatever your thing is, and that way you can move on and be more happy and be more wiser. And that's it. I hope this video has benefited you, so hopefully you can then start to heal yourself. So until then, have a great day, alright, and I'll speak to you soon.